All the big updates relating to the incident in Nagaland's Mon district. Well, the situation continues to be tense in Mon district after the killing of at least 15 people by security forces who suspected them to be militants. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has condemned the killings in Mon district of Nagaland, and taking to Twitter, Shah wrote, and I quote, "Anguished over an unfortunate incident in Nagaland's Mon, I express the deepest condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives. A high-level SIT constituted by the state government will thoroughly probe this incident to ensure justice is delivered to the bereaved families." Yes, indeed, viewers, that is, of course, the tweet that has been sent out by none other than the Home Minister, Amit Shah, regarding this incident. Of course, let me tell our viewers here, the situation continues to remain tense in a Mon district of Nagaland after killing of at least 15 persons by security forces who had suspected them to be militants. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has taken to Twitter to condemn the killings that have taken place in Mon. Taking to Twitter, Shah wrote, and I quote, "Anguished over an unfortunate incident in Nagaland's Mon, I express deepest condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives. A high-level SIT constituted by the state government will thoroughly probe this incident to ensure justice to the bereaved families." And Chief Minister Nephew Rio has also condemned the unfortunate incident leading to the killing of at least 15 people at Oting under TZ subdivision in the state's Mon district. Chief Minister Rio also ordered a high-level SIT investigation into the incident, even as he appealed to all sections to maintain peace. At least 15 people were killed in Nagaland's Mon district and 11 injured after security forces allegedly opened fire on a pickup truck on Saturday evening, leading to angry reactions by the locals. The villagers were reportedly workers at a coal mine in the area, and the incident took place when they were returning back from work, according to community leaders of the area. The security forces opened fire on suspicion that they are militants, as there were inputs about insurgent movement in the area since the last week, claimed security sources. The community leaders, meanwhile, said that most of these who were killed were workers at a rat hole, a coal mine in the area. Now, angry villagers then set ablaze some vehicles belonging to the security forces that led to more firing by the troopers. And one security force personnel has also reportedly lost his life during the violent clash. And as per defense sources, there were inputs of militant movement in the area since the last 1 week, following which the ambush was laid, leading to this incident. And while local community leaders, in fact, are stating that all killed were villagers, defense sources, meanwhile, suspect that these are, in fact, militant casualties. The picture, however, once again, let me remind our viewers here, is not fully clear yet. In the meantime, the situation continues to remain tense in and around the area. All right, and to tell us more on this development, I'm being joined now live by our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. Well, Wasbir, the latest update that we are receiving at this point in time, 15 people, at least 15 people have been killed as far as this incident is concerned, and of course 11 others also sustaining injuries. What further details would you like to give us at this point in time, Wasbir?
Yes, Ronak, latest inputs coming in say that at least 15 people. Now, the death toll is supposed to increase to 15. That is what reports from the ground reaching Notice Live say, that 15 people have been killed and at least 11 others were injured in this incident that took place in the Tizit area of Mon district yesterday evening. Now, it is almost clear now, Ronak, that these are civilian casualties, because both the Chief Minister Nephew Rio has described it as civilian killings. The Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Y. Patton, has tweeted describing those dead as civilians. And Union Home Minister Amit Shah has also promised justice to the families of the bereaved, justice to the bereaved families, indicating that these were civilians. Otherwise, no top government leader will come out with a tweet promising justice to the families of the bereaved families. Now, that is very clear that those killed were civilians. Of course, the defense sources, highly placed defense sources, Indian Army sources are saying that there were specific inputs about ambush, about specific inputs about militant movement in the area, following which an ambush was laid in that area, and this truck came and the army personnel opened fire. So this could well have been a case of mistaken identity, or this could have been a case of mistaken identity, the troops firing on a civilian vehicle. But that will be now clear because the Nagaland government had instituted a high-level SIT probe into the incident, reference to which was made by Union Home Minister Amit Shah as well. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, as we have been reporting, saying that a high-level SIT constituted by the Nagaland government will thoroughly probe this incident to ensure justice to the bereaved families. He has also expressed anguish. He has also expressed anguish over the death of the people in that area. They're anguished over this incident. Now, what is clear is now, almost clear, is that these are civilian casualties because none other than the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, have clearly mentioned those dead as civilians, and Union Home Minister Amit Shah promising justice to the families, to the bereaved families.
Absolutely, Wasbir. And of course, the other big takeaway that you very rightly mentioned, an SIT investigation will be constituted by the state government of Nagaland to thoroughly probe this incident. That is something which both Amit Shah as well as the Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton have both confirmed, isn't it, Wasbir?
Yes, the Nagaland government was in a huddle since late last night. They have decided to constitute an SIT probe. At this point in time, the bodies, as we are getting reports from the ground, we are trying to connect the DC and the SP of Mon district and the authorities to get more update on this situation. But what we are getting reports from the ground is that the bodies have been taken to the Mon, which is the district headquarters for post-mortem. That is the normal practice because without a post-mortem, it will be difficult to dispose of the bodies, perform the last rites. The last rites will be performed only after the post-mortem is conducted. So the bodies have been taken by the community leaders and the local district authorities to the Mon hospital, Mon district hospital. That is what we are getting to know. The army authorities are also in close touch with the Nagaland government over the incident, following which the Nagaland government has decided to constitute an SIT. This is an unprecedented incident, and it is now becoming almost clear that this was a case of a mistaken identity because none other than, as we have been reporting, the Chief Minister Nephew Rio tweeted describing those dead as civilians. The Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton has tweeted describing those dead as civilians. And of course, Union Home Minister Amit Shah expressing anguish over the incident in Mon district and promising justice through the SIT constituted by the Nagaland government, promising justice to the members of the bereaved families. So these clearly indicate that the government has some information that these were ordinary civilians. And according to local villagers which Northeast Live spoke to since morning, they are saying that these were daily wage earners who were working in a rat hole mines. There are rat hole mines operating in Mon district. Whether they are legal or illegal, that's a different matter. But the fact remains that the villagers were daily wage earners working in rat hole mines, and they were then usually come home from the remote locations of the mines. They come home on Saturdays and spend the Sunday weekend with their families, go to the church, go to the service, to the prayers on Sunday, and before returning back to their work sites. So that has been the schedule for some time for these mine workers. That's what we are getting to know. But yes, this was an unfortunate incident beyond doubts, Ronak.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Wasbir, we are receiving a press statement, a very, very big, important press statement has been released by the Headquarters 3 Corps. And of course, what they have been saying, what they are saying, and I quote, based on credible intelligence of likely movement of insurgents, a specific operation was planned to be conducted in the area of Tiru, Mon district of Nagaland. That is what the statement tells us. That is what and also it also goes on to say the incident and its aftermath is deeply regretted. The cause of the unfortunate loss of lives is being investigated at the highest level, and appropriate action will be taken as per the course of law. The security forces have suffered severe injuries in the incident, including one soldier who succumbed to the injuries. Of course, an official press statement coming in at this point in time from the Headquarters 3 Corps at this point in time, Wasbir, and what they are saying is based on credible intelligence of likely movement of insurgents insurgents, this specific operation was planned in Mon district. Wasbir, over to you.
Yes, Ronak, that is a confirmation of the incident coming from the T3 Corps, that is in charge of the Nagaland area. The 3 Corps of the Indian Army coming up with that statement, as we have our anchor Ronak has reported just now. Viewers, the 3 Corps saying that there was specific intelligence, as Northeast Live has been reporting since morning, that the army had specific inputs about militant movement in the area, following which the army had laid an ambush. But this was clearly, now it is confirmed that this was a case of mistaken identity. The 3 Corps statement expressing regret over the loss of lives is and can be taken as a clear indication that these were not militants, that these were civilians. That is what the 3 Corps. And of course, this is a very, very prompt response from the Indian Army, which is expected as a very, very professional force. The Indian Army, which is a very extremely professional force operating in difficult situations in the Northeast and elsewhere, coming up with this statement very, very quickly, regretting the loss of lives and promising that a thorough inquiry at the highest level will be conducted. So this is also an indication that apart from the SIT that the Nagaland government has constituted already, and the SIT about which the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has also referred to in his tweet, it is possible that the army on its own is also likely to investigate the matter at a very, very senior level. That is what one can gather from the 3 Corps press statement. Of course, it is not clear, but the 3 Corps statement clearly says that the case will be investigated at the highest level. So this is a very, very prompt response from the Indian Army, and that was expected of a very, very competent and responsible force as the Indian Army. But this is clearly a case of mistaken identity. Extremely unfortunate. Northeast Live has been reporting from the morning. 15 people have lost their lives. 11 others were wounded in this incident that took place in the Otin Otin village area in the Tizit subdivision of Mon district in Nagaland. And Mon district, viewers, you know that it borders Myanmar. There are crisscrossing movements of militants at times, but not everybody is a militant. That is also, of course, for sure. And this is very, very clear, starting from the Chief Minister of Nagaland, the Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, saying that these were civilian casualties. And now the 3 Corps statement saying, viewers, that the loss of lives was regretted. And of course, they had also confirmed what Northeast Live has been saying, that there was reports of militant activities in this area, following which the army had laid an ambush. And there were 2 incidents, viewers. Let me once again wrap up. There were 2 incidents. One, when the pickup truck was returning to the Otin village, they were fired upon by the army, resulting in the death of 6 people in that pickup truck. And following which the irate villagers, they attacked the army vehicles in that area, army personnel in that area. They set ablaze at least 2 army vehicles, following which there were more firing, in which 6 to 7 more people, 8 more people died, succumbed later on and died almost, and 1 army personnel also died. So the total of 15 civilian casualties and 1 army soldier killed in that incident. Very, very unfortunate incident indeed in Mon district of Nagaland, Ronak.
Absolutely. And Wasbir, before I let you go, this incident has also cast a shadow on the continuation of the Hornbill Festival as well. Clearly a lot of anger going on regarding this incident, and all stalls reportedly from the eastern Naga areas have already been shut down.
Absolutely. The ENPO, the Eastern Naga People's Organization, they had come out with a statement this morning, and they're saying that they have decided that all the tribes hailing from Eastern Nagaland, all the Naga tribes hailing from Eastern Nagaland who had their contingent participating in the festivities at the Hornbill Festival at Kisama village near Kohima, they are going to abstain from all the festivities related to the ongoing 10-day Hornbill Festival that started on the 1st of December. And this is to express solidarity with the bereaved families, as well as the incident that had taken place in Mon. So ENPO deciding to abstain from all festivities associated with the Hornbill Festival in Nagaland. The Nagaland government coming up with this insight and instituting an SIT probe. And there is complete sense of shock and grief as far as Mon is concerned. And the army, of course, on its own, expressing regret over the loss of lives and promising a very, very high level inquiry into the incident. At this point in time, their efforts to efforts to diffuse the crisis. The Deputy Commissioner, the Superintendent of Police are in talks with the civil society leaders in the area. They're trying to diffuse the situation. And the bodies, of course, are at the Mon Hospital undergoing post-mortem at this point in time, Ronak.
Absolutely, Wasbir Hussain, thank you very much for joining us this morning and giving us your perspective on this big, sensational development coming in from Nagaland's Mon district. All right, and we have reactions also coming in from Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Yanthungo Patton. Taking to Twitter, the Deputy Chief Minister Patton has called the incident as disturbing and tragic. Patton also said that the incident would be thoroughly investigated and justice will be served. He also expressed condolences to the bereaved families and prayed for the speedy recovery of the injured persons. The Deputy Chief Minister further urged everyone to maintain peace in the wake of this incident.